and welcome to Mon Jardin au Coin. I'm Erica. My neighbor gave us these shelves today. She's always given us some really cool stuff that we can use in the garden, so I'm like, yes, I will take those. But I was looking at my cucumbers that I did, that I planted a lot of cucumbers this year, and all of the vines, they just didn't want to do what I wanted them to do, which was produce cucumbers. But I tried the pickling cucumbers, lemon cucumbers, and then I also did a bush variety. I think I might have put that in one of my videos before, but let me flip the camera over and show you guys what happened. Okay, this one, you can kind of still see the vine. I haven't cleaned it off completely, but they just kind of disintegrated. And then over here, I did have them in pots. You can kind of see the little tomato cages and stuff like that, and trellis that I was trying to use to support them. But this vine, it got up there, but see all that weird, looks like maybe powdery mildew. There were like a lot of bugs on it at one point also. And this is pretty much what I got, let's see here, there it is. Pretty much what I got the whole season until now. Look at my I got two of them. These are the best cucumbers I've ever seen, because they are the only ones that I've been able to harvest this year. I think I did get a little weird one that was weird shaped, but I'm not gonna count it, I guess. So I do have a couple more, but you know, like I was saying yesterday or the other day, I think the frost is coming soon. So not gonna have too many things. I usually pull these off, these brown things, just so it'll be able to focus its energy on doing good stuff. But let's see, there we go. There is one that might be, maybe it'll get mature enough and I can, oh, and then another one right here, which I could probably harvest them right now and have teensy tiny ones, but I don't really want to do that. I want to leave them and see if we can get bigger ones. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited. This one just looks picture perfect right here, this bigger one. The question is, do I want to do a refrigerator pickle of it and have it like that, or do I want to just like eat it raw like this? I really want to do some kind of pickling with it. Maybe put some cucamelons and some brine with my little friends here. I also wanted to show you my pineapple sage. It's really pretty, blooming. Oh yeah, there we go. They almost look like little lipstick tubes or something. But very pretty, rich in color. I came over here and it was very exciting to see them blooming like crazy like that. And then of course the basil is gone very crazy. They're blooming. The lemon balm is finally doing something that I planted from seeds. And then this is a kiwi. And then look, it has to be purple petra basil. Definitely smells like basil, but it's insane where it's all popped up. My little tea tree. And pumpkins on a stick. They're so cute. This is a type of borage here. I forget the name of it, but it's not considered borage, but it's in the borage family. But I think those flowers are just so beautiful. And it has the fuzzy leaves. I kind of put this over here because kind of testing it out, and I didn't want them to die before I could plant them, and so or before the summer was up. So I wanted them to go crazy, so I planted it here. And I am not a very good weed eater, so I just kind of mow around it, but I can't remember the name of that flower, that plant. But speaking of borage, let's see here. We had the tomatoes over here in this this raised bed that we have. Now we have like saffron. I have some seeds that I planted over here of cabbage, but I don't think it's going to come up. One of them did come up, and then I think the birds took it away. But Audrey has her leeks all right here, and then I'm going to do some garlic here in the middle, I think. But I did have borage here with all these tomatoes, and I was leaning down in here in this bed, or this little pot, and I found these have got to be tomatoes. It did have artichokes, which I'm pretty sure that's what these are. They don't feel fuzzy. This is definitely a weed. But right here, you'll see, let's see here, this one right here. I pulled one up a minute ago, and I got to thinking, I'm pretty sure that's borage. And I pulled the leaf apart and smelled it, and sure enough it is. That has that cucumbery smell. And you can eat the leaves. You know what? Is that parsley? I'll tell you, these things are crazy. It's still pretty young for me to... I think that might be parsley. Anyway, these things are just coming up everywhere. Look, there's another piece that looks like parsley, or maybe even cilantro. Okay, let's test this out here while you guys are on there. I'll take this one that looks like... It's definitely cilantro. That's right there. I've got some cilantro going wild. Looky here. That's one thing. I can never tell cilantro and parsley apart. I have to smell them. There's some more borage. Who knows what this little thing is? Maybe it's just grass, but okay, well, maybe I'll have some cilantro for me to harvest soon. That's hilarious. So when we have been recently, whenever I'm mowing and everything, I've been dumping the clippings here. And of course, there's, you know, the pine needles fall over here as well. But I was throwing like all the tomatoes that were just kind of like rotten, like old soil that we don't use or that we're not using anymore, and kind of making like a makeshift compost pile. And then I noticed, or like all the tomatoes, and then I think maybe even there was a little squash or something here, but look, it's either squash or watermelon, something. And then I'm not sure what these little guys are, but there are some of them that look like tomatoes. They kind of smell like them too whenever, see that fuzzy? I really think those are tomatoes. But talk about cracking me up. I'm not sure. This is definitely something, but I'm not sure what. You guys might know. But I thought it was kind of funny. The frost will definitely kill all these, but maybe some of them will come back next year, and then we'll have funny little like volunteer garden over here. You guys, look at these radishes. They're just getting eaten up, and you know, I wasn't really seeing anything the other day, but then I saw this little guy right here. What a jerk. And look, then I see his little partners in crime. They're everywhere, all over these blasted radishes. So I'm going to decide whether or not I should start over, or if I can take every one of these things off and just like BT the crud out of this thing. I mean, they're on my other ones too. They've really taken me to the cleaners on it. Look at that. There's 2 of them on that, or 3 of them on that one. Oh my goodness. This is what happens. So, let's see. Too bad these birds aren't coming down here and eating these worms. Look, I can probably salvage, oh, that one has some eggs on it. Maybe I can salvage these because they're not as bad. Just spray some BT all over them. Or neem oil. I'm gonna do some more research and make sure what the best solution is for worms. I'm pretty sure it's BT, which is, I'll have to see. I'll have to put in the comments. It's like Bacillus something or other, but it's like an organic chemical that'll clean up, or that'll kill these stinking pests. This is what I was talking about. So Bacillus thuringiensis. So this is just one of the brands that you can get, and it's supposed to be for organic gardening, so it doesn't put so many harmful chemicals on it. But this is really gross, because what happens is, I think it gets in their system and it just like disintegrates them from the inside out. Don't quote me on it, but it actually is kind of gross. So we'll see if this works. I may just do a little number where I'm doing this. You have to do it, you know, it doesn't happen immediately, because they have to eat it or ingest it. I'm gonna do this on those, where those little eggs are. So these probably will not come back from it, but we'll see what happens. And what I will need to do with these, no matter what, like whenever I plant more of anything in these, I'm gonna have to completely wipe out this soil and put new soil in, because I mean, it's been full of pests. So I don't know. We'll see if we can get these things out of here. This one's kind of a thin one anyway, because I think a squirrel or bunny or something got to it. Oh, there's a little baby worm, and he kind of curled up. Ugh. Hope nobody is eating their dinner or anything, or lunch, while they're watching these, because that is really disgusting. All right, well, I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'm probably putting way too much of this stuff on here. Just so you know that I'm kind of like grossed out right now. I decided to come back on here so I could tell you guys too. Those other ones over there, you know, they're pretty much destroyed, but these that still have some decent looking leaves, make sure you get underneath. So like on the bottom of the leaf and the top, because they could be hiding under there, and you don't want them to sneak up on you and still be hanging around nibbling on your food. So thought I'd put that in there as well. Well, I came back on the other corner of the garden where the loofahs are, and because our neighbor gave us those shelves, I think I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some of these and lay them out on it, because they'll be able to breathe and everything, and I can just rotate them. That way the freeze, if it does come before I can take them off of there, it won't you know, damage them too much. One more thing. In that video, if I can get it in there, hopefully I can get it to work. I was talking about my sweet potatoes. I'm gonna harvest those probably tomorrow or the next day, and I'll do the video on them and show you guys what it is, what happened. But also, I was noticing too that you couldn't really see it, but there's a little thing that I showed that I would like covered up. So we'll see what we can come up with these little sweet potatoes. I'm gonna look at those. These cute little fairy tale eggplants. So precious. All right, well, you see my ragdoll hair this time. All right, well, I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you again soon.